I Got Married to the Girl I Hate Most in Class is one of the wacky new rom-com anime we were introduced to this season. And while there's fun to be had, there are some things here that are absolute nonsense. Today I'm going to talk about the predicament our leads are in, these monsters cosplaying as humans, and why despite that, this show might be legit. If you haven't been watching, then the plot basically goes how you'd expect. Saito is the top student in class, Akane is always second. Every time they interact, chaos ensues. This is not new. However, that's when our twist comes in. Actually, can you really call it a twist when it's the title? Probably not. Saito and Akane, thanks to their grandparents, get married. Not like the promise of getting married someday, not engaged, legitimately married on the spot. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is our first example of pure nonsense. Let's break this down for a second. First, these people are monsters. Saito's grandpa would give his company up to a dog if Saito doesn't marry Akane. Akane's grandma will only fund her dream of being a doctor if she marries Saito. As if extortion wasn't bad enough, their logic is equally terrible. Why do they want their grandkids to get married ASAP? Because they had a fling in their youth and rekindled their romance 50 years later. I don't think I have to explain that love isn't genetic, and living vicariously through your grandchildren is extremely weird. This is blackmail, and these people suck. The two high schoolers are forced to marry on the spot, and by the time the ink on the paperwork has dried, they already have a new home with all their stuff moved into it. Again, what is this? Through these first few episodes, outside of the evil elders, we've gotten about what you'd expect. A ridiculous situation, check. A slow expiration of the lead's feelings, check. A top student and another top student, check and check. A busty blonde girl, a sister obsessed with her brother. Hijinks galore, check, check, check. And despite all of this show is fun. Saito and Akane are flawed, but they actually set boundaries and are growing towards having a healthy relationship far quicker than I had anticipated. Lack of communication is usually the thing that plagues anime couples, but these two have turned that into a strength early on. Their chemistry is natural. The way their relationship softens with each passing episode makes sense. She's a neat freak and he's a total slob, but they make compromises and work it out. For all the silliness of their early disdain for each other, the show does a good job showing why these two are ranked highly in class. They have high intelligence in their studies, but also when we aren't setting up a gag, they act like mature individuals. For a premise this silly, that's probably the thing that surprised me most. This forced relationship is far healthier than most. Though it must be noted that carrying a girl with a cold, seemingly miles to the hospital, is also pure nonsense. Lastly, as far as sister complex characters go, Shisei is hilarious and pure entertainment every time she's on screen. She may be a gag character, but it works. She's the best part of the show. Would most of this stuff lie? Absolutely not. But that's true of many anime, and so far, it's been a solid watch regardless. With that, I'm out.